I used to be broke 2.5 years ago. I was broke, depressed, I had severe EDs, and I was living with my mom crying all day, okay? I completely turned my life around in 2.5 years. And the abundance I've attracted, the wisdom I've attracted, the new experiences, like, guys, it's shocking to me. It's shocking to me that I'm living this life. I want to show you guys how you can change your reality around and what you need to do if you are in a stuck place right now in order to change it around and actually manifest reality that you want to live in and create for yourself. Guys, my name is Liz and welcome back to my channel. Okay, let's get into it. First things first, you have to realize what is in your backpack. I have a therapist, right? And I was talking to my therapist and we were basically discussing that I feel so depleted and so tired all the time. And then he told me, he's like, Liz, what is in your backpack? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, okay, day to day, how are you engaging with things? Are you complaining more? Are you reacting to hate and angry messages? Are you engaging into conversations that are hateful? Or are you loving? Are you pointing out what's beautiful? Are you being optimistic and grateful? And then I was like, you know what? I've been complaining a lot these days, like literally so much. And have been focused more on what I don't have than what I have. So I started to think about it and he's like, well, so that's what you have been carrying in your backpack. So your backpack is filled with hate, complaining, anger. So what your first reaction will be to every situation is that it's hate, it's anger, it's complaining, okay? He said, if you had filled your backpack with love and loving conversations, with laughter, with being grateful, that would be your first reaction and you would energetically not be depleted. He said to me, the issue is when we are energetically depleted, no sleep can fix that. When you have a workout, for example, you can have a good day of sleep and that's it, the next day you feel fine again, okay? But when you're energetically depleted, no matter how much you sleep, you're always tired. How do we tire ourselves out energetically? By engaging in negative things, by having negative conversations, by gossiping, by constantly saying what's wrong instead of what is right. So then I swear to God, guys, when I just realized that one thing, what he said to me about like, what is in your backpack? From that moment on, I started to actually watch the things that I talk about with my sister, with my friends, and I started to point out beautiful things and good things. I started to say out loud what I'm grateful for. And I swear to God, my whole energy shifted. Another thing you need to realize is, what do you want? What do you want exactly? Like a lot of people say, oh, I want love. Okay, what does that mean? What does love look like for you? Because for a lot of people, they can get love from children, pets, from themselves, from friendships. Do you mean romantic love? Do you mean you want to attract a man? Honey, you have to be specific about this. A lot of you guys are not specific. Or they say like, oh, I want to be rich. Okay, how much money? How much money? In what way do you want to be rich? How do you want to attract that money? When you figure out what you want specifically, then you have to focus on that one thing. If, for example, you want to be more healthy or you want to create your dream body, right? Focus on that only. Focus on, okay, how do I get my dream body? What exercise do I need to do? Do I need to squat? Whatever. And you create that whole plan. When you focus on that, all the other things will come in. When we have too much that we need to think about as humans, we are more likely to not get anything done because there's too many distractions. Remove all the distraction, focus on one thing and all the other things will come. Because if you start working on, let's say, your dream body, your self-love will increase. People will look at you differently because you love yourself more now. So all the other things you're trying to manifest will come anyways. And honey, you have to be consistent about it. What you want, you have to have consistency there. See, I'm a hustler. I've been a hustler ever since I was young. I had one goal in life and that was to make money because I saw my mother struggle and my siblings and I did not want that to be my reality. So what did this have to do? Okay, how do I create money? How do I make money? What am I good at? What would people pay for to see me do or whatever? And then I realized, you know, wait a minute, everyone comes to me for advice constantly. I'm really good at giving advice. So then I started my channel and the money came in because now I'm helping people and I'm doing what I'm good at. A lot of people, they always say like, oh yeah, I tried and it didn't work out, whatever. When you want something and you want it bad enough, it does not matter. People will go over bodies to get what they want when they want something bad, okay? You have to have that mindset. You have to want it as bad as you want to breathe, and that's when you will achieve what you want. I need you to ask yourself, why do you want it? You know why? I was talking to this famous YouTuber. We were sitting, I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, you know, I kind of lost purpose and I lost motivation for my work and all these things. And he said, but you know, like, maybe I'm gonna get motivation again and then I can buy a private jet or like an expensive car and this and that. And I looked at him and I was like, why do you want that? Do you want a private jet to impress others? Or is that because it's gonna feel something in you? Because this guy has a lot of money. He has all the cars. And yet he's still sitting here not feeling good about himself. So I'm like, what is a private jet gonna do? Try to fill a void again that cannot be filled, because a lot of people, they think that materialistic things will fill a void when it never will. You have to have purpose in life. You think that if you die, someone will say like, oh my God, this guy had a private jet. Oh, he was a great guy. No one will say that. It's the legacy you leave on this earth. You guys need to think bigger and huger. What impact do I want to leave this earth with? Life, you have to find something that fills your soul and not the validation of other people. Because honey, this validation you will never get. These people will always look down on you, and there's always people that are bigger and bigger than you. So you're competing in a race that you will never win. The way of changing your reality is getting to know who you are. And I know I speak about this a lot, but this is actually so important. When you know who you are and you observe yourself and you know your own toxic traits or the toxic traits that you allow from other people, then you can actually change things in your life. Because a lot of you guys, you want to change, but you're not self-aware at all. That's also why you should look at the repeating patterns in your life. Because I had this with a lot of friendship, that I would constantly attract the same person again and again and again, and they were always dishonest to me. And I have an issue with that because I'm too honest. I will say everything about my life, and I love friends and family deeply, okay? So if I love someone, I go way too deep into it. So when they lie to me or I catch them in like a betrayal or stuff, it really hurts me on a deep level. But then I started wondering, okay, Liz, why are you constantly attracting the same person? Then I realized, I think there is a desperation inside of me, especially with female friendships, to be loved and to be seen. Because growing up, I never had that. I didn't have like female friendships, and I even had like one traumatic event with a friend that yelled in front of all like the, what's it called, the kitchen where everyone eats, that I'm a stalker and I should leave her alone. But I thought that this girl was my friend. And subconsciously I had clocked that memory in my mind, and ever since then I was acting like too much in friendships. Like I really just wanted the validation of a female friend. But because of that, because I was too desperate for it, I constantly attracted liars and liars and liars that kept hurting me, until I learned the lesson of detachment from female friendships. It was almost like it was so easy for me to detach from men and male relationships. I didn't care. But with women, I held them in such a high regard, to a point where even if they did something wrong, I would overlook it. Like I would just be like, oh no, they're perfect, you know? And I needed to learn that lesson, detachment, stepping away from desperation. But I had to look at the patterns first, and I had to recognize, where is this coming from, so I cannot repeat them again. Right now, if I have a friendship, it's not like that anymore. It's an equal friendship. And I also know what I want in friends now, because I studied myself first and my own behaviors. What I want you to do is just look at the people in your life, friendships, relationships, whatever, and look at the patterns. Are these people repeating themselves? Because these patterns reveal where your lesson lies. The other thing, when you're trying to manifest something, you have to ask yourself is, what frequency are you vibrating on? If your vibration does not match the thing that you want to manifest, you will not manifest it. Period, 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 okay? A lot of you guys say, oh, I want to be a millionaire, I want to manifest that money, but you don't really believe that you can have that. You will never manifest it. Your vibration is not matching the energy of a person that has that much money. Another thing is, a lot of people say, oh, I want to attract love, I want to attract a good partner, but you don't love yourself. You're not connected to the love within you. You will not attract a partner that is loving or showing you love. Or you will attract a partner, you will attract someone, and they will show you, there will be a lesson for you that you need to connect to your self-love. So you'll anyways have to come back to yourself. A lot of things that you guys are seeking outside are already within you. The money you're trying to manifest is your abundance in you. If you connect to what you already have on this earth and you feel grateful for it, you're a rich person and everything you have will amplify. But you're just looking at what isn't there instead of what is, and that's why nothing else is coming in. You know, when I started unlocking a lot of money, when I just truly started believing that I deserve to be wealthy. Another thing I need you to look at is who is growing you. I want you to actually take pen and paper and actually write down who is growing me in my life. A lot of you guys will have no one to write down because a lot of you are just picking people up, healing them, looking for people that are shattered to help them, but no one is growing you. When you don't have someone you can look up to and can look at and be like, you know what, if this person did it, it's possible for me too. When you don't have that, you cannot change your belief system. See, when I used to live back in Europe, for example, like a Mercedes was a luxury car. To see a Mercedes was like, oh my God, crazy, you know? And now I live, for example, in a wealthy city, you see Rolls Royces that are normal cars here. Nothing is crazy here. Ever since I moved here, my belief is so like, these things are so easy to get. So easy because I just live here and I see it everywhere. It's not even special to me, okay? So that's how your belief starts to change, and that's how I know I also easily can attract these things because these things are not special. But when you are living in a place where it's just so small and you never almost see it, then it will be special for you and almost impossible. So you need to ask yourself, who's actually growing you? Who can you look up to and be like, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it too. Who is that in your life? Is there someone like that? Also, I tell always traumatized children that come from abusive childhood, have someone in your life that has not experienced that. Have someone in your life that had a nice family, good family upbringing that you can learn from. Because these people will put sanity in your head. They will tell you that there was another way of doing life. Same with very successful people. They will show you how you can also accomplish that. You will become the person you hang out with. If you're constantly hanging out with people that will never accomplish anything and that are just low lives, you will be another low life. Another thing is moving places. See, sometimes a certain place that you grew up in is not meant for you, okay? When I was living in Europe, I just knew that country was not meant for me. I knew it from I was very young. My only goal was to get out of that country. I didn't even know why, but my soul knew I was not meant to be there. And the moments that I've asked, 2 times in my life, I asked God, please put me on the path for my career. 2 times when I asked, those 2 times I was kicked out of my house. So then I started to understand, okay, if I want to do my career, it cannot be in this house. And then I also, when I met my partner, I moved places and I never returned. Remember when I moved countries and I actually finally got out of the country that I didn't want to be in, completely my whole life started to flourish. It started to open up. Sometimes you cannot find the love that you want, the job that you want, whatever, because it's just not in that country. Your soul does not match the vibration of that country. And when you realize this, when you feel like I'm supposed to be in this country, follow your intuition. Your soul might have a destiny in that country or in that city that you're craving to go to. You know what? Have no shame like a man, okay? I was dating this guy, and this guy is from a very, very important family, very important person. And he was always sitting with diplomats and people, politicians, whatever. And one time we were on a date, and actually he had a meeting with one diplomat. This guy came. He came up to the guy that I was dating, and he when they were sitting and talking, he asked maybe 10 things in the first 30 minutes that he was sitting there. He's like, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Oh, can you figure this out for me? Blah, blah. And the guy that I was dating was constantly like, yeah, I will do, yeah, whatever. Constantly like this. And when the diplomat guy left, I looked at him, I was like, is this how men talk to each other? Like constantly asking for stuff? He's like, yeah. I was like, that's insane. Like, cause I even feel so like weird when I have to ask still for things, but the way men ask each other for things, this is crazy, okay? And that's also how they get successful, because they're not ashamed to ask anything. They're not ashamed to ask women for anything. They're not ashamed to ask men for anything. You don't have to struggle alone. Women need to stop thinking that we have to struggle alone. You know, like the whole society has made us feel bad for wanting things or wanting to ask for help and stuff. No, that's so wrong. No one in life has accomplished anything on their own. We all always help each other. Self-made does not exist. Have no shame. Ask when you need help. Also, when you know what you exactly want, write it down in a journal or whatever, and write down in a present tense. Say, for example, I am living in this country with the love of my life. He spoils me, he's funny, he takes care of me, he's loyal, and make sure to mention everything you want, okay? Because one time I kept saying, oh, I don't care whatever man that is, I don't care if he's pretty or not, whatever, you know? And then I really got everything I wanted in that person, but he wasn't attractive, and I literally could not even date this guy, okay? So be very specific about what you ask. Make sure you mention looks as well, or that you're at least attracted to him, because I made that mistake. Other thing is become a grateful butterfly. See, when I was talking to my therapist, I told him, I was like, what if I want to manifest like something bigger? Let's say tomorrow I want to buy a mansion, okay? And then he's like, okay, how do you manifest that mansion? Is by being grateful for the apartment that you already have. The more gratitude you put into your apartment, the more you will get. And this is so very true, guys. I literally, like, especially in the beginning of my career, I was grateful for anything. Okay, anything. Every day I was talking to God. Oh my God, God, thank you for this. Oh my God, God, thank you for this. Oh, I got this, I got that. Constantly, okay? And the more you do that, the more grateful you are, the more you get blessed. Who do you want to do something for? For a person that, let's say you buy a gift for someone, yeah? And you buy it and they're like, okay, whatever, you know? They say thank you, but it's like unsincere. Or you buy a gift for someone and they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, you made me so happy. You want to do more for that person, right? The other person, like, they're so happy and that makes you happy. Same way with the universe and same way with God. They love gratitude. It's a very, very high vibration that will make you attract more. Look for solutions instead of dwelling on the problems. We can sit here all day and say like, oh my God, this is wrong. Oh my God, this is wrong. Okay, and what are we gonna do now? How are we gonna fix it? Honey, start thinking in solutions. See, one thing about me, yeah, since I was young, when somebody would come to me with a problem, I'd be like, okay, how can we fix this? How will we fix this? Bam, bam, bam. I would give them advice on what we can do, and I would put it into practice with them. I cannot afford to waste time. I don't want to be 80 tomorrow thinking I've wasted my time thinking about all the problems that I had. No, if I cannot fix the problems, I move on. If there's not physically anything that I can do inside of myself, I move on. Then those are not my problems to deal with. God will deal it for me. I don't care, okay? Those are not my problems. Here, God, you take it. I don't care. Another thing is life works itself out for you, okay? A lot of times you think like, what is this? Oh my God, what is this situation? Oh my God, why did I lose this relationship? And then all of a sudden, you're like a year later or 2 years later, and all of a sudden, everything's fine. You're like, huh? My life is even better than I thought. Because life works itself out for you. You are always going to be guided towards your highest path and your highest good. But a lot of times when people are not guided there, it's because they're not willing to let go when they need to let go. So they keep going back to things that were actually not supposed to be there for them anymore. But because they don't listen and they keep going back and keep going back, they never arrive at their highest place. But honey, when you see the toxic things and the red flags, and you actually are like, you know what? I believe that God has something bigger for me. I believe that my highest good is not this. This is not my highest partner, job, friendship, whatever. If I let go of this, I will get much better. You will. Life will work out beautifully for you in ways you did not even expect. Believe me, God blesses you in ways that you will never even expect. You will look at it and you'll be like, how did this even happen? These are miracles. I swear to God, if I look at my life right now versus 2.5 years ago, I believe in miracles. I have never believed in God this much as I do now. Never in my life. You think that I wanted to let go of the things that I wanted to let go of? No, absolutely not. Because those things were comfortable for me. But Liz had asked for more. Liz wanted something better. So God needed to do that. And a lot of things that didn't resonate with me anymore needed to be released. But I was willing to let go. If I had not let go and if I was stuck there, I would still be in the same position. Right now, I want you to pour a lot into yourself, and I want you to invest a lot of it in yourself. You know why? Because when you do that, when you grow yourself a lot and when you expand yourself with knowledge, you become more beautiful, you become more healthier, you just become more self-aware and aware about others. This is how you will show up as your best version, okay? You cannot show up for other people when you're constantly giving to them but depleting yourself. That is a selfish way. That's self-sabotaging, honey. That is you self-sabotaging yourself, and you will not get anywhere. What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to look? What do you blah, blah, blah. Everything you do for you first, and then you do everything for everyone else too, if that's what you want. And when you have this clear vision of what you want to manifest and what you want, let go of it. Let go of it. Let go of trying to be desperate. Let go of trying to achieve that thing. You know why? This goes back to the thing that I said, realize that you already have it. When you know that you already have something, you're not desperate for it. You know that you have it, right? For example, let's say I want to manifest a mansion. I'm not desperate for a mansion. I know I can have it by tomorrow. I don't care, you know, but it's nice. And if I want, I can manifest it, okay? The same should be with you. Like, you want to manifest love. Yeah, you can have love, but just enjoy your own love right now if you don't have a partner, whatever. And then that partner will come in. When you're desperate for something, you're showing that you don't have it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to chase it, okay? Someone that knows they have all the elements and they're good themselves, people chase them. Things chase them. Write it all down in the present tense as if it's already happening in your journal, and then just let it go. Let it go and just know it's dusted, it's done, it will happen. Okay, whatever you write down will happen. Whatever you speak will happen. Do not joke, honey. Do not joke about a lot of things. A lot of you guys say things as a joke and it actually happens. Your words are like magic. The universe and God just listens to what you say, and they create what you say. So don't speak ill things into existence for yourself. Anyways, guys, I hope this video helped some of you guys. And yeah, I love you guys so much. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.